morning and welcome. Off on another hike today in the Peak District. As you can see, we've got some glorious weather this morning. I'm doing a 17-kilometre route around Snailsden, Britland Edge, and then off to South Nab and Dead End Edge. So ticking off 3 trig points today. I feel like the weather forecast has done me over a little bit because it said it was going to be sunny all week, and then the weekend comes and it's like this. Over there in the distance is Windscar Reservoir, but obviously you can't see it now because of all the clag, but hopefully it'll clear up a bit later. It's scheduled to be about 8 kilometres, 10 kilometres visibility, so later on in the day it should clear up and hopefully have some nice views. But as always, I'll take you along for the journey and I'll catch up with you a bit later. So just crossing one of the bridges over Windscar Reservoir, and you can maybe just make out where the water is. On a clear day, this is meant to be absolutely stunning, but not quite today. So I think today is going to be more about getting the miles in than the views. About 10-15 minutes in, still quite claggy, as you can see. Terrain so far is alright, like just walking on the road, but I know that there's a few moorlands that I'll need to cross over, so I'm hoping that it's not too boggy. I know the Peak District is known for being quite boggy in places, but the weather has been quite nice this week. It's just today, unfortunately, it's changed, so I'm hoping that it's not too boggy and it'll be okay to walk over. Not really explored this area of the Peak District much. So this is more of the eastern Peak District, so it's more nearer to Sheffield. Normally I stay quite central or go north, but because I'm trying to tick off all the Ethels, it's kind of ventures me out a little bit further, which is nice because it kind of forces me to explore new areas. And I found a nice little park up spot where I've left the van, so I'm thinking if I do get a nice sort of sunny day, I might come back here and park where I parked today, because on a clear day it'd be overlooking the reservoir, so I think it'd be quite a nice sunset spot as well. But yeah, if anyone is interested in ticking off the Ethels, there's an app which is called Ethel Ready, and it's got all the nice 5 Ethels on it, so I'm just working my way through ticking them off. So today I'll tick off 3, and then that will take me to I think it will take me to about 19, so slowly working my way through them. So we're starting a bit of an ascent now, and the path's becoming a bit more boggy, even though the weather's not the best. It still feels really peaceful, really calm, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'm just gonna head up here now along this sort of not very well trodden path till we get to Snailsden. Not far from Snailsden Edge now. We are quite high, we're like 400 metres above sea level, and over that way is Dead Edge End, which we'll be going to. So doing a massive loop. Can't really see it now obviously because of the mist, but yeah, trying to sort of illustrate the route that we're doing. But yeah, we're almost there, and it does feel good to be out. Weather's not great, but still good. Right, so we're just on the way to the first trig point. I don't know if you can see it on here actually, but coming up, and this one is, let's see, I think we're about 475 meters above sea level. Snailsden Edge, trig 1. Made it. Number 1 done. I'm taking my glasses off now because they're just getting too wet and I can't see. So now heading off to Britland Edge, or Britland Edge Hill, or Britland Hill, which is the second of our 4 Ethels today. So I will get a move on and then catch up with you guys when we get there. This is so boggy. So this area is actually a disused quarry as well, and just on the walk come across one of the old mine shafts. It's been filled up now, as you can see, but yeah, back in the day this whole area was used as a quarry. So there's, when you walk through, there's still some remnants of it, you'll probably see. Okay, so just walking along Ramsden Clough now, which is down here. So all along here is the river. Normally you'd be able to see it on a clear day, but obviously the mist has just rolled over the edge. It's still about 400 meters elevation, so it's still pretty high. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to come back and do this route when it's sunny as well, so I can actually make use of the views. So heading along just past Ramsden Clough, I'm going to stay along this trail now, and then it will lead me to the second trig point. Just had a bit of a sketchy crossing across a bog, had to cross over the river and jump over. We're on the right path now, going to Britland Edge Hill. This one, it's an Ethel, but it's not a trig point, so I'll probably just have a quick stop off there and then head over to Dead End Edge. I think this is probably like the boggiest walk that I've done. Look at this, we've got a lovely bog there, and then all around here is so boggy. But halfway to Britland Edge Hill, I'm going to put the GoPro away and focus on my stepping, so I'll see you at the hill. Made it across this boggy area and now back onto a kind of path, basically just following this fence line all the way down to Britland Edge Hill. So yeah, just going to stay close to the fence and it will take us all the way there. stone marking the top of the hill. 523 metres high. A trek through some bogs, a bit sketchy in areas, but made it. Gonna have a quick drink and then head back down to Dead End Edge. Bogs for miles around. After a long slog through the bog, made it. Dead End Edge. It's clearing up a bit now. Don't know if you can see it over there. Woodhead Reservoir. Literally just walked all the way from Britland Hill, all the way through this mossy land, and then now we'll continue on down this fence line and do a loop to the next trig, which is South Nab. Now walking through Woodhead Moss, which is really boggy moorland, and I'll stay on this path now until I get to South Nab, which is another trig point. So it's pretty cool because this area actually has a tunnel running underneath it. So there's a tunnel called Woodhead Tunnel, and it runs from Woodhead Reservoir, which is over that way somewhere, and it goes all underneath the moorland out the other side, and it was used previously for like the mines, so it's an old mine shaft tunnel. I don't know if I'll be able to see it on the actual hike. If I do, I will post a video of it and show you guys, but if not, then I guess you have to use your imagination. But this is the sort of moorland where I'm at the moment. You can see it's so vast. I've got the mist in the distance there. So yeah, underneath all of this area there's a tunnel running directly underneath me that used to be used in the mining days. On a path now. Never been happier to be on a path. Feels good to be on like solid ground and not stomping through a bog, getting stuck. Just heading down to the road. It looks like it's cleared up quite a bit, which is nice. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to see some good views. So essentially now I'm just going to head to the road, walk down a little bit, then come off another track, and then walk down to South Nab trig point, which is the final trig point of the day, and then after that back down the road and then do a loop around Windscar Reservoir and head back to the vans. I'm hoping that there is actually a nice view of Windscar Reservoir, because it looks like it's cleared up quite a bit now compared to the morning. There's not that much mist, so I'm hoping that there are some good views, and then if there are I can show you those, because it really is a beautiful reservoir. in now, 3 left to go. Weather's been a bit inconsistent all day. We had a little bit where it was clear, but mostly it's been like this. But yeah, 4 more Ethels in the bag. Happy days. Off we go. This route is so testing. Like, it has had me going through bogs, it's had me going over like wet rock, it's had me going through moorlands, had to cross a river at one point, and it's just been like wet, miserable, no views, probably about an hour where we had views. So I wouldn't recommend it if you're like a beginner hiker. Like, I think more for experienced hikers. It's probably not, if you're new to hiking, probably wouldn't recommend this one. And to be honest, I wouldn't recommend doing it on your own because it does get quite sketchy in places. But going to South Nab, you can go there from the road, so that's okay. But going to Britland Edge Hill, that one is sketchy. Dead Edge End is a bit sketchy. The first one, I can't even remember it now, but the first one was okay from Windscar Reservoir, so that's okay. But the full route, I'm not going to put it in the description box because, to be honest, it is sketchy. About 50%, well, more than 50% of it is just through bog, and you're having to try and like avoid sinking in and stuff like that. So and to be honest, probably shouldn't have done it in this weather because the visibility is really poor. But I don't know, I just really wanted to come out today, and I don't really mind walking in these conditions because I just love being outside. But it's definitely not a beginner route. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. This is what I mean when I say it's sketchy, because I'm on the trail but I can't see the path. So like, I can't see where I'm putting my feet, like the ground. So obviously, like, if it was boggy and I could easily sink into it, ideally I'd have my hiking sticks because then you can feel, but I didn't think I would need them, which was my mistake. Because the trig point's a little bit off the path, it is a bit sketchy to get to, but I think I've come to the path now, so I should be alright. Back on Pennine Way, and then plan is to just stay along here for about 3k, and that'll take us back to the van. So the weather has changed again. It's brightened up a bit, so we have got some views over Windscar Reservoir, which is over there in the distance. It looks a lot better in person, but I like this landscape because you've got kind of like the valley here and the river coming down, and then it just filters into the reservoir over there in the distance, which is pretty cool. So yeah, did manage to get a small video of the reservoir. About 1.5k now from the van, so not too much further to go. Actually insane how remote this path is. Wow, this whole route. I think I've been out since about 8, it's about 2:45 now, and I've seen 4 people all day. So yeah, definitely a path less trodden. So got back to the van now, having a super noodles and a sticky toffee pudding, hot chocolate, enjoying this lovely view. Hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.